Hello friends, in this video I'm going to go over Spirituality 101, the beginner stuff when you're dipping your toe in. Come on, let's go. This video is specifically made for anyone who is starting a spiritual journey. Anyone who is maybe tired of the suffering, or they just want to expand who they are, figure out who they are, be a better person. Whatever your reason is, there are as many reasons for beginning this quest as there are people. So it's very individualized, but we all share the common thread of finding little gems in the forest. So I am just here to give you a few tips that I found handy along my journey along the path. And as I always say, there are no rules. This is your little ding, 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 ding through the forest. It's wonderful. Be free. Don't take it seriously. Have a good time. And I promise you, every day that you stay focused and aligned on this being your intention to open up, every day you do that, you will find bliss and happiness, and it'll just consume you. I promise. Welcome home. So, the first thing you might notice is that there is a feeling inside of you. Something wants to grow. Something wants to come out of you to express who you are, or find out what love is, or peace, or clarity. And whatever that is, whatever that flame is, it's coming up that says, okay, I want to shift my awareness and expand. Whatever that is, nurture that. It is a flame inside of you. It is what grows, and it is the thing that will carry you through all of this to your freedom, which, by the way, is already there. But sometimes we lose sight of that and we feel like we have to find it. But trust me, it's there and it's ready to burst, and so are you. Not physically, but spiritually. So you that nurture it, keep that flame alive. And the first thing you want to do is every day throughout your present moments is know that that's there, and then feed it something. Like, just give it a breath. Give it a breath. Feel it, intend it, remind yourself throughout the day that it is there, and that will grow, and that will expand, and that will make things come into your world that will reflect the fact that that is there. Feed that flame, give it a breath. Fan it, let it grow. Intend for it to expand. Remind yourself it's there. Sometimes we can just use our words. Do an affirmation if you need to. I'm expanding, I'm growing, I'm exploring, I'm on my path, I'm on my journey, this is great. I love finding out who I am. Anything you want, that self-talk will help. That, and in your mind just being like, okay, I'm on this journey. I am becoming spiritual. I feel it. And dim the other parts that are like, oh, I can't. It's so hard. What am I doing? How do I let go? There's so much fear. There's so much trauma from the past. Let that go and replace it with, I am expanding. I am love. I am wholeness. I am complete. And as you do that, this part of you will go like this, and this other part of you will go like that. And that is feeding that fire, that flame. It's fanning it and making it grow further. That's a number one thing to do when you're starting out, is to shift on purpose, with intention, your awareness of your expansion. Another tip that may be helpful for you is to carry something physical, whether it's a gem or rock in your pocket, or a bracelet, something that you will encounter all day long. you always have that bracelet and you're always fiddling with it, and it will just remind you. Or you always check in your pockets or your purse or whatever, and you're always taking things in and out of your pockets. And every time you see it, it will remind you, oh yeah, that's right. Let me breathe, or think something good, or be grateful for something. And that will become a habit. As you do that all day long, it'll remind you, oh yeah, I am expanding. I am saying something to myself, some self-talk that's going to lift me up and hype me up, that I am wonderful and it's happening. So a physical object of some sort may be a useful thing for you to carry around. The bird agrees. Physical object. Maybe an egg. Now, this next part is huge. I cannot underestimate or say enough about this. Be conscious of the words you're using or the thoughts you're thinking. And there are subtle little shifts you can make in this. So, social media is a big one. Stop anything in social media that is whining or complaining, or life is hard, or things are so negative, or people suck, or any of that stuff. Completely stop. Only post things or take in information that is going to uplift or expand who you are. That is huge. That's feeding you. It's feeding you. Think of yourself, your mind, as absorbing everything and then becoming who you are and then putting it out. It's almost like a machine. It's like a machine, right? Whatever you feed the soil in here is going to grow certain plants. So stay more aligned toward, if you have to be on social media or watch TV, things that are kind of uplifting or humorous, or they just feed or confirm who you are and where you're headed. If you have to watch videos, watch something that's like this on YouTube. They are wonderful and they really do inspire you. And you'll feel it. You will feel so much better by doing this. You'll just feel more centered and aligned by doing this. But my original point here is your talk, the way you speak or communicate. Never ever talk bad about yourself. Just stop. All that degrading yourself or coming down on yourself, even if it's humorous, you're still feeding it in there. So whatever you put in, the input is the output. So be very conscious of what you feed your soil, right? That's very, very, very powerful. So the last thing I want to say is to take time. Take time in your day to center. 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever. You don't have to do Kriya Yoga or these meditative pranayama practices from the Far East to figure it out. That's our Western mind trying to take steps. You just need to be with yourself, let go of all the distractions for a length of time, whatever. No pressure here. Be kind to yourself. Don't ever beat yourself up that, I gotta stick to this practice. Because then you're just adding effort to the effort you're trying to let go of, trying to release. So just before bed or on your lunch break or as soon as you wake up, anytime during the day, just look at the clouds or just close your eyes and be grateful. Feel what's in here. No judgment, just a simple allowing of who you are to be in the present moment. At first, that may seem awkward or difficult. Many people express that because your mind is like a train that's been going for so long, that monkey mind, thought after thought after thought. To cut some space into that feels like, whoa, it's like being scared all of a sudden. You're doing dishes and someone comes up behind you and is like, boo! You're like, ah! So that cutting space into your train of thought may seem difficult or weird, but trust me, if you just do it. And the first time you do it, the first few times you do it, like I said, if you're cutting into that space, sit there and think a million thoughts. Just get in the habit of just sitting in a chair or laying down or just getting comfortable and not relying on your phone, not thinking about your bills, just being in your own space, trying it out, seeing how it feels. And if it feels uncomfortable and you only do it for 3 minutes, congratulate yourself. You did it. You carved out some space for yourself. Yay, big win. And then another time, whether it's the next day or the next week or an hour from then, do it again. And you'll be like, oh, okay, I got it. It becomes a habit. And then pretty soon you're making sure you take time for that space. And then eventually it's going to feel like a break. You know how you work and you work and you work after about 5 hours at your job, you're like, oh, I need a break. It's the same way with life. You need a break. You need a break from life. And as you do that and it becomes a habit, I cannot express to you how wonderful it feels. And you start to feel free and joyous, and becomes orgasmic almost. It becomes lustful, and it just becomes a part of who you are. And eventually that feels so good that you carry that throughout your day. You naturally release things because that takes hold. That great feeling of just being in your own space grabs a hold of you, and that feels so much better than your train that's been going for so long. That feels so much better that it becomes who you are, and then freedom unveils itself, and then your life happens. I don't want to say it begins, but it happens in so much of a clear, blissful, powerful, allowing way that you'll never return. You can't go back to because it kind of hurts. You kind of see it for what it is. And I don't want to say you become enlightened because it's such a cheesy word now, but freedom. You become who you are. And that's it for me. There's nothing more to say. Have fun, take it lightly, and enjoy every single present moment along this unfolding that you are allowing. I love you.